It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. Looking at the Nets, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this. Because the veterans have been here before, they can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. So glad you could join us here in Brooklyn, the home of the Nets. And, of course, Terrell Arthur. This is their first game without him.
What the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their young players are ready to take on more responsibility, and they're going to be more minutes for guys that weren't seeing a whole lot of them before.
Clark, I'm certain for coaches and for players too, but certainly for the coach because he's got to moderate this, how he tries to keep his players focused every night in every game in the NBA. It's such a long season.
Yeah, it really is a long season, and you have to sprinkle and not spray if you're a coach. By that, I mean you can't use all of your material too early in terms of motivating. But the other thing is, you need not be motivating your players all the time if you're a coach. That's something that pro players should be doing themselves.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Mills at point with Bellinelli. They're the backcourt. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. Just 5 on the clock. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And here are the Nets. It's a 3-point game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Brooklyn on defense. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And it's really smart to get Gasol moving in these pick and roll plays. He's not only an amazing passer, but a terrific scorer as well.
And no good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the 3 ball the way they did.
And, Greg, they were shooting that thing with confidence, boy. Every time they got a clean look from deep, the trigger was pulled. Wow.
And LaMarcus Aldridge really possesses tremendous shooting touch when you consider this guy's basically a 7-footer, and he's increasing that range. Last season, up over 40% from 3.
And Aldridge doesn't shoot a ton of threes, yet he still earns his keep in that mid-range.
Yeah, on that left block, back to the basket, and with his size, that turnaround, Jay, is just about unstoppable.
Now, here is Russell. Turned in an outstanding game against New York. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. DeRozan passes to Mills. Back to DeRozan. Gasol kicks to Mills. Spurs working the ball around now. From 12 feet out. Allen with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Nets.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
Now here's Mills. He had 19 points in the win against Atlanta.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Spurs have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And, you know, Kenny Atkinson is a basketball lifer, Kevin. Played professionally abroad, and after his playing career was over, he went right into coaching.
Poked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Here's a look at some numbers for Crabbe.
His last 10 games, he's putting up 13 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
And Atkinson with a couple years as an assistant in Paris, 4 years in New York with the Knicks, came from Atlanta where he was a big-time assistant and well thought of by fellow Hawk players.
Yeah, you know, and after a decade as an assistant, Kevin, he led the Dominican national team, so he's had a vast reservoir of experiences on the sidelines as a coach, and now he's, of course, leading the Brooklyn Nets, and had a chance to hear him at a conference last year, and this guy is really got a chance to be outstanding as a coach and leader.
Left block shot on the way. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got his first basket of the night.
Showing flashes now with that jump shot. That's the next level for Hollis Jefferson.
Outside Aldridge. He kicks it to Bellinelli. There's the pick. Aldridge a screen. Here's Gasol. That shot off the mark. Excellent D there from Allen. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Kenny Atkinson. DA.
Thanks, Kevin. We've talked about their offensive focus, and he told me they certainly have the ability to get to the basket and finish. At the very least, he wants them to draw attention inside. It should create open shots on the perimeter. Sounds like balance is the key, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Russell with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. With the floater, and Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Here's Bellinelli. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Russell kicks to Allen. Inside, Hollis Jefferson. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Crabbe kicks to Russell. Screen by Fareed. A floater, and Russell with the lay-in. Russell's got 5 points so far.
Nice reaction by D'Angelo to the defense sagging back. Just drops in the simple floater there.
Mills dishes to DeRozan. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Kenneth Faried. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
That's good from DeRozan.
And the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons, except the strike shortened one in '99.
And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Russell. Gasol a screen. Mills passes to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 6. Here's Aldridge. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Russell kicks to Crabbe over Bellinelli.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
I like the way they've kept them shooting jump shots. No coincidence to find them in the lead.
Here's DeRozan. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Nets trail by 8. Russell dishes to Allen. Russell inside, covered by Mills. Yep, it counts. So it's San Antonio now. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
Here's Russell after Pau Gasol's bucket. Dudley with a screen for Russell. Crabbe from long range. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Pushing their lead to double digits. And it's a 10-point San Antonio lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And the Nets' decision to go all in for a title, much scrutinized, and rightly so. I mean, you've got to respect the financial commitment, and at the time, an NBA record for payroll didn't quite pan out the way they hoped.
And a new group in for the Nets. Okafor's checked in for Allen. Tamari Carroll comes in for Hollis Jefferson. LeVert's checked in for Allen Crabbe. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Russell. Here's Dinwiddie. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Dudley against Gay. There's Dinwiddie for Murray. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. And for the Nets back in 2013-14, the new luxury tax structure resulted in record losses for the franchise. $144 million. That's a lot in a single season.
Yeah, that's a lot of zeros, Kevin. More than 10 times the next closest team at the time. So that's not a list you want to be on. Ownership now showing a little more discipline and restraint. Even looking to sell almost half the team to spread those future costs.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Clark, you've seen so many college and NBA games. What skill or mindset do you see as the best predictor for when a college player is going to be an NBA star?
Well, It's hard to predict stardom, but clearly things that transfer from a skill standpoint from college to the NBA, at least historically, have been the ability to rebound at a high rate. That seems to always make its way from college to the pro game. And then the proficiency of your skill set in terms of ball handling, shooting, and then I would say at the point guard position, the ability to run a team usually transfers. When you can get other people's shots and understand flow and time and score and situations, that doesn't leave you from the college to the pro game.
That free throw good from Laverne. Nets trail by 11. Here's Dinwiddie. Picked by Okafor. Here's Carroll. Laverne grabs the miss. Now here's Murray. Laverne passes to Murray. He feeds it to Ginobili. Here's the screen. 4 on the clock. From the wing. Not enough on that one as it misses. Brooklyn's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Ginobili. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. Here's Dudley. And not gonna go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Gay dishes to Murray. To the paint. Rebound, Brooklyn.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
And it's LeVert missing. Spurs leading by 11. Here's Cunningham. That's tipped. Here's LeVert. 11 points for him in that last game against New York.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Kicks it to Laverne. Okafor with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. And the lead is down inside single digits. Carroll's got his first 2 points.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
Ginobili the pass to Murray. And Okafor with the block.
And the reach of Okafor cannot be understated. I mean, when he's around, he's very good at getting those big balls up quickly and batting shots away.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. San Antonio leading. It's stolen by Carroll. 1:39 left in the first quarter. Dinwiddie kicks to Okafor. It's deflected. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Ginobili outside. The feed to Gay. Dishes it to Murray. Over in the corner, Cunningham. They set the pick. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
San Antonio shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That one is off. And he sinks the second.
And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
Okafor sets the pick for Carroll. And the Nets miss again. Spurs leading by 10. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Ginobili, that's for 2. The shot will not fall. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and of course KG. But unfortunately, all past their prime. You know, that team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
And the Spurs with possession here. Following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. The offensive rebound. Murray kicks to Laverne. Ginobili outside. The pass to Cunningham. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first free throw is good. And so Cunningham nails both of them. Here's Okafor. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
You know, the size of Okafor is really hard to deal with. I mean, he's skilled at putting his body near the basket, and then when he catches it in there, he makes good use of his chances.
And so it's San Antonio heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother. And that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Brooklyn now, LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Okafor out there with Kenneth Faried. And it's Dinwiddie in at the one spot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Murray. His last 10 games, getting around 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to LeVert. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Taking a look at Golden State, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, the Spurs, 10 games behind.
And, you know, for the Spurs, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
And the first one drops. Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. Now here's Carroll following the miss by DeRozan. And Fareed kicks to Carroll. There's the pick. Passes it to Okafor. Yep, it counts.
You know, with that much of a height advantage, that's exactly what you should do. Take it straight to the rim.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. From deep, Gasol, and he's good on the three ball. Gasol's got 11.
And Gasol didn't always have the perimeter shot, but in the latter stages of his career, he has really developed that.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
You know, the Nets traded away their starting power forward, Thaddeus Young, in exchange for 2 draft picks. The big prize, Michigan combo guard and Ohio native Karis LeVert. He showed potential in his rookie season. I think he's got a bright future.
And LeVert taken with the 20th pick in the 2016 draft. Great versatility offensively.
Yeah, and he comes from good stock. You know, he's a Central Ohio native, so I've got to get that plug in for Mr. LeVert. He shows good decision-making skills and can play off the ball well, too, so this guy's got a lot going for him.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Okafor. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson comes in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's Allen Crabbe in for LeVert.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
It's stolen by Allen. The dish now to Crabbe. There's the pick. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Nets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
One shot.
That free throw good from Kenneth Fareed. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. And here's Mills. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And Bellinelli kicks to Gasol. There's Hollis-Jefferson, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, he is superb in transition. Hollis-Jefferson can really get up and down the floor.
Gasol, a screen on Russell. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Here's Aldridge. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And Fareed kicks to Russell. Screen by Fareed. Just 5 to shoot. Over Aldridge. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Nets trail by 5. They set the screen. Russell with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Fareed dishes to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Fareed. Here's Crabb. Sinks the 15-footer. Crabb's got 6 points.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Aldridge a screen. And DeRozan kicks to Mills. Back to DeRozan. Aldridge a screen. DeRozan passes to Mills. Sees the alley-oop. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Russell. He has 7. He dishes it to Fareed. They set the pick. Feeds to Crabb.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Bellinelli. He drains the quick shot. Bellinelli's got his second basket of the game.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely, and that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it. From the moment he set foot in the league, Rondé Hollis Jefferson has been an elite defender. That's his calling card. He's a terrific athlete, can guard really any position on the floor, except maybe some centers, but heck, I wouldn't even mind trying him against most of the centers for short stints. He's that good on D.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And you look at the versatility of Hollis Jefferson. He can not only guard big men, he blocks shots and rebounds like a big man, too.
Well, he actually plays bigger than he is, Kevin, because he's got a 7'2" wingspan. I mean, that allows him to do a lot against bigger people.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, you talk about defensive potential, all defense potential. Look no further than Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
Aldridge a screen. Fareed against DeRozan. And Bellinelli kicks to Gasol. Over Allen. Gasol no good.
Tell you, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, the defense right on it. You need to get a better shot than that.
To the paint. Stolen by Allen. And here's the fast break. Crabb from long range. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
You always say it, Clark. So much of the game is played inside your mind, between the ears, in your head. Which players jump out to you as being some of the smartest players on the floor?
Kevin, there are so many guys that fall into that category. LeBron James is at the top of the list for me because of how he impacts the game in so many ways at both ends of the floor, and his size and athleticism make him unique. Chris Paul, another guy who has great awareness on the court.
And it's tied up with that one. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Mills dishes to DeRozan. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Crabb. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Bellinelli passes to DeRozan. Aldridge's screen. Off the pick. And DeRozan throws it down.
And he just glides to the hoop on his drives. DeRozan's got plenty of force to his game, don't get me wrong, but he makes everything look so effortless.
Here's Russell following the bucket by the Spurs. Off the pick. Fareed. Great positioning on the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Kicks to DeRozan. Puts it up. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Guys, he has been a major factor, big time, outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting, that ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
And DeMar DeRozan, always, Greg, among the league leaders in free throw attempts.
And when you look at him, 6'7", 220 pounds with tremendous athleticism, he has got all the tools. Beyond, though, that attack mentality, he's a savvy basketball player. Those little shot fakes, his footwork helped this guy live at the line.
Now, here's DeRozan after D'Angelo Russell's miss. There's a good screen. And here's Mills for three. Nice D from Russell. Nets trail by 3. There's Hollis Jefferson. San Antonio with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And DeRozan kicks to Aldridge.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
And he makes the first.
And, you know, the length and height of Aldridge make him a tough matchup. He's a hard guy to go against, a strong forward that has an impressive mid-range stroke.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Cunningham comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Nets trail by 4. Hollis Jefferson passes to Dinwiddie. He kicks to Allen. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Murray. On the clock. Fires at the elbow. That's short off the rim.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
It's stolen. In transition, here come the Nets. The feed to Cramp. Dishes it to Dinwiddie. There's a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Got a piece of it.
The 7'2" wingspan of Hollis Jefferson paying off right there. His defense can be suffocating.
He feeds it to Allen. The baseline J. And no good. Spurs leading by 4. Murray kicks to Ginobili. Drills the baseline jumper. Ginobili's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, and that mid-range game of Ginobili, so reliable. He is phenomenal at capitalizing from those spots on the floor.
And the pass to Crabbe. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Crabbe's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin. Rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
Aldridge a screen. Pass to Laverne. The dish to Cunningham. Spurs passing it around. Here's Aldridge. Rebounded by Dudley.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And stolen by Murray. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And with this quick break in play, let's take a look now and select from a group of point guards that have been killing it from three-point range over the last 10 games. Take a look at Murray. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
I mean, his first job is to orchestrate for his teammates, but being as fantastic as he is at shooting the three, he's never reluctant to take that shot if it's available.
And if I'm coaching him, I want him taking that shot. I mean, just look at the percentage. I mean, that earns you the green light for me on every possession.
No good on that one. So for the Nets, Okafor is checked in for Allen. Tamari Carroll comes in for Hollis Jefferson, and it's LeVert in for Crabbe. The Spurs also with the sub. Rudy Gay's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Good on the second free throw. Here's Dinwiddie. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Picked by Okafor. Dinwiddie dishes to Dudley. Stolen by Ginobili. Now here's Murray. He's covered closely. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Carroll. Clock at 6.
Okafor bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
And the mentality that we're seeing from Carroll, even a spot-up guy needs to seize those opportunities.
Spurs leading by 5. 34 seconds left in the first half. Here's Ginobili. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Dinwiddie kicks to Dudley. Pass to Carroll. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Murray. Out left to the wing. Here's LeVert. It's tipped. They recover it. Here's Okafor. And at last, they get one to fall. Okafor's got 4 points this quarter. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Spurs lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the key to having such a strong first half?
We played good D.
That was 4 words. Thanks, Pop. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 12 points and 1 block. You could really feel how excited he was to be playing for his new team. Teammates and the coach loving it. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
You know, they haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game could easily come down to shot selection and how they run their offense. They need to keep the ball moving and generate better looks.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Yeah, and you know what? I like the fact that he's staying in aggressive attack mode. I mean, forcing the issue, making the defense foul.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. San Antonio leading by 5 on the floor for San Antonio. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Mills at point with Bellinelli. They're the backcourt. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward position. A nice shot by Aldridge. Aldridge has got the first points to start out the third quarter for San Antonio.
Got to respect the jump shot of Aldridge. I mean, even when the defense is in his grill, this guy still gets it off on time.
Here's Crabbe. Drops it in from 11 feet. Crabbe's got 10 points in the game.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Shots good by Mills.
And how about the commitment of Gasol on the screen, doing whatever he can to open up shots for his teammates.
Grab the pass to Allen. There's the screen. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Drops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
DeRozan. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Nets trail by 7. Russell kicks to Fareed. Feeds it to Allen. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Mills. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Bellinelli dishes to Aldridge. Mills with it. Russell's there. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Over Allen. And Kenneth Fareed pulls it down. Fareed's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. There's Crabbe with the 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. They've led by as many as 11 points. The shot by Bellinelli. No good. Nets trail by 4. Let's go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Crabbe, good.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Mills passes to Aldridge. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Here's Russell following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. Here's Russell. It's on target from the high post. Russell's got 9 points.
The mid-range game. And when guys have that, there's no question they can shoot, and this kid can shoot. Hey, you know, D'Angelo Russell clearly has had his missteps. A lot of young players do. Been embroiled in a controversy a couple of seasons back that hurt his relationship with his teammates. I think he's still in the process of working to recover that trust.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Back to Crabbe. There's the pick for the lead. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Nets.
And as this chart shows, things just aren't falling for him like they usually do. He isn't ice cold, but nothing is falling his way, and he's become an inefficient source of points for his team.
Spurs have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely. For the tie. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Spurs.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
That's good from Crabbe. That one drops. He ties it up.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
Gasol, a screen on Russell. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Tries again. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Fareed. Now Crabbe. 14 points for him. Russell passes to Hollis Jefferson. Fareed dishes to Crabbe. For the lead. Rebound San Antonio. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds in the game. Spurs shooting 47%, pretty solid. Puts it up from 15. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Mills has got 4 points in the quarter.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Up top, Russell, covered by Mills. And again, no good by Brooklyn. San Antonio leading. And Bellinelli kicks to DeRozan. Knocks down the 3 ball. DeRozan's got 17 now.
And you want to talk about high volume scores, just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. For Brooklyn, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. And the first one at the line is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Okafor's checked in for Allen. Damari Carroll comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. LeVert's checked in for Alan Crabb. And Dinwiddie subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Now here's Murray. Here's Ginobili. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And while we have a moment, let's check the stats for DeRozan. He's been dominant over the last month. First in scoring, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. And he makes the first. Jared Dudley's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Both free throws good from Ginobili. Nets trail by 6. It's Carroll on the wing. Okafor with the ball. He's got 6, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Here's Dinwiddie. The three-pointer, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Ginobili the pass to Laverne. He dishes it to Murray. Clock at 6. Here's DeRozan, and DeRozan throws it down.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Here's Dinwiddie. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Carroll. Buries it down low. Carroll's got 9.
And I like the unselfishness there of Okafor. I mean, giving himself up in the pick and roll in order to get his guy a good look at the rim.
Now here's Murray. Kicks it out to Gay. From outside, off the mark. Carroll against DeRozan. Here's LeVert. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And now it's just a 4-point Spurs lead. Ginobili outside. Here's DeRozan. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Murray. Dinwiddie kicks to Dudley. To the wing on the left. Here's LeVert. Offline with his 3.
You know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
Now here's DeRozan. He's got 19, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
One shot.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
Here's Dinwiddie. The pass to LeVert. Kicks to Dudley from outside the arc. Cans it from downtown. Dudley's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. San Antonio leading by 4. Outside DeRozan. He kicks it to Murray. To the middle. Here's Laverne. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. DeMar DeRozan on top.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
Shoot 2.
He misses the free throw. Cunningham, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick in 2015 out of Duke. He was in the conversation for top pick overall.
Yeah, he certainly was, and deservedly so. Now, his value has fallen off a bit since coming into the league, but with big guys, you got to be patient. Don't discard him yet. He's a very polished scorer and a good finisher around the goal. He's got to improve some other areas, but this guy's going to be around for a long time.
And so it's San Antonio with it, following the bucket by the Nets. Murray kicks to Cunningham. No good on the triple.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Yeah, that aggressiveness of Okafor on the glass, a high percentage score when he gets a second chance opportunity.
Murray dishes to Ginobili. A step back shot here. Off the left rim and out.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Okafor with the steal, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Now here's Carroll. He's got 9. There's a good screen. The feed to Dudley. Back to Carroll. 3-pointer. No good on that one. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Cunningham kicks to Murray. Looking to end the drought. And then Gay with the dunk.
Yeah, and Gay can certainly slam it home. Got to keep this guy away from the rim, or he's going to posterize you.
1:09 left in the 3rd. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Murray. Poked loose. Here's Okafor. And the shot is long. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Dishes to Laverne. He feeds it to Cunningham. Now here's Murray. Guarded closely. Shot clock at 5. Shot on the wing. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd rebound tonight. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Pass to Okafor. Makes it off the glass. Okafor's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
And Okafor, you can't believe how big this guy is. I mean, he is gigantic. And he really does a nice job using that size underneath, despite the defense throwing everything at him.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 3. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
We got to really snatch the ball. You know, it's a real physical game. We've had a lot of times where we could have gotten control of a 50-50 ball, and they're getting it. They're being real physical. You got to grab it, snatch it like it's the end of the world if you don't get that loose ball.
Greg Popovich knows a few things about competing, knows how to push his guys' buttons.
And it's the toughness, guys, that he's emphasizing here. Not challenging his guys per se, just telling them the truth of what's really going on.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. Damari Carroll is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Okafor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Nets 5.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
Understands his role, does his job, and he did it right there, Greg. The timing couldn't have been better.
Now here's Gay. Now here's Mills. Here's Cunningham. That shot off. The Nets with the lead. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Oh, that's blocked. And here's Mills. The dish to Laverne to the left side wing. Cunningham kicks to Ginobili to take the lead. It's blocked. Now Carroll passes to LeVert from downtown. They get it again.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Russell with it. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And it's Okafor. That time on the assist by Russell. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one. Ginobili outside. Pass to Mills. They set the pick. Down low. Looking for Laverne. He gets it there. And Laverne throws it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. It sure does look good.
Now here's Okafor. Carroll kicks to Okafor. It's deflected. And Ginobili now top of the key. Here's Gay. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 1.
And Gay has great length down on the block there. Fantastic at just jumping on opportunities to score when he's down low.
Timeout called, the Nets. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for Okafor. Kenneth Faried comes in for Jared Dudley. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. And Krebs subbed in for LeVert. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol's checked in for Laverne. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Rudy Gay. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Dante Cunningham. And it's Bellinelli in for Manu Ginobili. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. He told them, hey, stick with what's working. He said they're giving us all the room we need to get easy looks in the paint. Let's keep working the ball inside. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Here's Mills. After the basket by Brooklyn. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
You know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Russell. Back to Gasol. Now here's DeRozan. He's tightly guarded. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Allen passes to Hollis Jefferson. Gasol with the defensive effort.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Now here's DeRozan. Good looking screen by Gasol. And DeRozan kicks to Gasol. Over Crabbe. That misses off the backboard.
Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And Brooklyn has possession. They trail by 1. They set the screen. Off the screen. The putback.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
One of the things you love about Hollis Jefferson is his activity. I mean, he impacts the game really without having plays called for him.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Guys, how about all the second chance points they've been able to convert throughout the game?
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. And for Rondé Hollis Jefferson Clark, he can do a lot of different things, but the hole in his game has been his inability to shoot the ball.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. That jumper of his is really broke. I mean, it's just quirky and unorthodox and needs some work. It's awkward, very awkward. And he seemed to regress a bit offensively in his second year. If he can repair that shot, though, I think he's got a lot to offer.
Now, here is Russell. That 3 off the mark.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And finished off by DeRozan.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Russell passes to Hollis Jefferson. Screen by Fareed. Clock at 4. Here's Crabbe. Nice D from DeRozan.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point. And you don't like to concede the free throws, but it's better than getting flushed on.
Well, Greg, you know, there's no question about that. You played on a tough, physical Knicks team during your NBA career, and that would fall right in line with a smart, strong foul right there.
I agree. Very good point.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan hits them both. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Russell dishes to Crab. Lets it go from the wing, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, covered by Mills. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. For San Antonio, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. The shot by Bellinelli, no good. Brooklyn trailing. Allen with it. Gasol covering. Russell kicks to Fareed. Six to shoot. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. There's Crab with the three. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And San Antonio shooting 40% in the fourth. They set the pick. Mills passes to Aldridge. Here's Bellinelli, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Bellinelli. Nets trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Spurs leading by 4. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Feeds to DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Getting more comfortable attacking inside is Russell. Nice job, D-Russ.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Aldridge a screen. Gasol wide open. He fires. Back to DeRozan. Here's Mills. They get a hand on it. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Here's Russell. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Now just a 2-point Spurs lead. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. He dishes it to Bellinelli. Aldridge a screen. Shot off the pick. The shot by Bellinelli. No good. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a meager 37% for the game. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
That could be a game-turning play. I mean, Hollis Jefferson making his presence felt there.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, DeMar DeRozan.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Spurs shooting in this game, 45%. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Right wing. Here's Bellinelli. He's guarded by Cram.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
And the fourth quarter just has not been kind. Only one bucket in 5 attempts.
Gasol a screen. DeRozan on the wing. It's deflected. Will it go? And there's the nice layup by Gasol. Gasol's got the game tied up here for San Antonio. The Nets shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Screened by Russell. There's the pick. Fires the three. And it's Gasol with the rebound. The Spurs shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby. 38%. DeRozan dishes to Mills. Now here's DeRozan. He's guarded closely. Yep, it counts. DeRozan's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Oh, man. DeRozan, his interior game, worthy of much respect. When he gets the ball in a good spot, he goes to work.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
San Antonio leading. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
Now here's Mills. Aldridge, the pass to DeRozan. Back to Aldridge. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Good ball movement, wonderful pass, couldn't have drawn it up any better.
That one misses for LaMarcus Aldridge. Nets trail by 4. Russell kicks to Fareed. Allen dishes to Craig. Screened by Russell. 5 to shoot. No good from outside.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
And DeRozan kicks to Gasol. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Over Bellinelli. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're down by 6. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Crab from long range. Nails it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And you could feel the crowd react as one.
Guys, what a blast of energy that just sent through this entire building.
Mills passes to Bellinelli. Back to Mills. Shot clock at 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Kenneth Fareed.
Gentlemen, truth shot. Truth shot.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Timeout called the Nets. They trail by 5. 7 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
Well, Greg, this one's clearly over. This is done. But hopefully they can find some momentum to carry into the next game.
Hollis Jefferson, no good there. And so it's the Spurs with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable. We're making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, you know, even if it's on the defensive end, you know, we're just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.